Okay, my name is Chao Pan. I'm a researcher at MakerDAO. Maker is a platform for stability. At core, our core product is DAI. DAI is the first stablecoin on Ethereum. And the key thing to remember about DAI is one DAI is equal to $1. So there are basically two ways you can interact with DAI. The one way is that you can exchange, for example, Ethereum or Bitcoin into DAI as a safe asset. So it's like a decentralized USDT. And also you can also deposit, you can put the Ethereum into the Maker system and create more DAI in the system and use this DAI to reinvestment. So in one word, DAI is the stablecoin for the blockchain. And so in one word, just like what is it on my t-shirt is, I'm not stable, but my DAI is stable. So the stablecoin DAI.
こんばんは。Let me try. 私はMakerDAOからチャオです。Okay, that is the only Japanese I know I learned today. So my name is Chao, and I'm from MakerDAO. I'm research there, and I am very excited to introduce Maker and the DAI stablecoin. So I like to walk, so I'll stay half time here and half time there, I guess. Okay, what is the main problem of the cryptocurrency? Let's do a quick survey. How many of you have ever have Bitcoin? Quite a lot. But how many of you have ever used Bitcoin to buy stuff? Not many people. Oh, because you have used Bitcoin to buy some illegal stuff, so you don't want to raise your hand. But that's okay. But the fact, right, all you Monero or something to more has more privacy. But the fact is that cryptocurrency hasn't been used as currency. Like we know the Bitcoin is originally designed to be a peer-to-peer e-cash system. So why? Why hasn't it been used as a currency for the daily use? Anyone has idea? Okay. Volatility is on the next slide, so I'll come to that later. So the speed and also transaction fee is an issue. So you don't want to spend several dollars to buy coffee, but to pay several dollars transaction fees. But suppose we are rich because we are all blockchain companies. So we don't care about the transaction fees. And we want to buy a brand new car. Would you use Bitcoin? Probably not the best option, right? You don't want to sell your Bitcoin and to buy a car, but if the price of Bitcoin just raised up 20% tomorrow. And as a receiver, you don't want to receive the Bitcoin, but the price of Bitcoin dropped 20% in the next day. And it all happened in the past. So looks like the price volatility of Bitcoin, Ethereum is the main issue here. So I come from an econ background. So in the past, I used to use the data to tell people, say, look at that, look at the standard deviation and the value at risk of Bitcoin, Ethereum. But the typical answer from people is that, whatever, my crypto is still going to the moon. So it didn't go well. But I think now, even without the data from the past 2-month experience, I think people have this deep feeling about this volatility when the market was crashing. So Maker is a solution to that. So Maker is a platform for stability. And at its core, we have the stablecoin DAI. So I may not be stable, but my DAI is. So the DAI is the first decentralized stablecoin on Ethereum. So how do we achieve that? And also, if you don't remember or forget everything I said in this event, here's one thing you should remember. That is, one DAI is equal to $1. So how do we make that happen? So DAI is a asset-backed hard currency. What I mean by that is that DAI is always over-backed, over-collateralized by some valuable asset. Now it's over-collateralized by the Ethereum. And in this summer, we are going to launch the multi-collateral DAI, which will accept the tokenized gold as one of these hedging assets. So, and also to introduce other, starting with ERC token, those assets to back the stablecoin more. So if you are just a normal user and you don't like the USDT, of course no one likes USDT. So DAI is a good alternative. You can just, well, even as a matter of fact, so the Bitfinex, the exchange that is backing the USDT, even they listed DAI as a trading pair on Bitfinex. So you can exchange a Bitcoin or Ethereum into DAI. And also if you are a decentralized exchange lover, DAI is listed on many decentralized exchange as a quote currency, the base currency. So, and also Maker just launched the Oasis Direct, where you can exchange your Ethereum to DAI instantly without registration and has zero fee. And by the way, DAI is already on the market since the last December. So, but DAI is even more powerful than the USDT because you can create DAI, which means you can have more money. So as I said, that DAI is fully decentralized, which means that everyone can create DAI by putting your asset into the collateral. So suppose, okay, so by doing that, you put your digital asset like Ethereum into the smart contract. Basically, you lock your Ethereum there. And the smart contract, we call that collateralized debt position. Or, let's see, 担保自己 Simon position. Okay, not too bad, right? Okay. Okay, so the way you do it is that you just put Ethereum into the smart contract, and your Ethereum will get locked, and your Ethereum is still there. But now you can issue DAI against your Ethereum. And you can use this DAI, you can think about DAI as a US dollar, and use this DAI to do investment or to buy more Ethereum and earn more money, probably in form of the DAI or in other form. And later, when you want to get your Ethereum back, you just pay back your principal and plus a small amount of fee in MKR, which is the second token in the Maker system, which I will talk about it later. So, and you get your Ethereum back. And also with some profit you may have earned during the process. So one analogy is that is quite similar to the mortgage loans. So you borrow money with a mortgage from the bank by securing a house. Here the house, you can think about house as Ethereum. So, and later, so you got the loan from the bank, and later you repay your debt plus the interest to free your house, to get your house back. So here the debt is a DAI, and the interest is the stability fee that paid in MKR. And also a easier example, you can think about Maker as a shijiya, a pawn shop. So you can borrow money from the pawnbroker by securing your valuable asset, right? Like the iPhone X. So you just put the iPhone X in the pawn shop, and the pawn shop will give you a loan. And also, later, when you want to get your iPhone back, you just pay back the loan plus interest to get your iPhone back. So you can think about loan as a DAI and the interest as the stability fee in the Maker system. So later when I have time, I will show the real demo with the real money of the process, how you can do this. So it's gonna, I'm gonna do that. So also this means that you can do decentralized margin trading. I don't know how to say that because it's a very long word in Japanese. But basically, what the mechanism is, again, this is for the advanced user. This is for users who are creating DAI. It's actually borrowing DAI from system. If you just want to use DAI as a stable coin, as a decentralized USDT, you can just buy it at Bitfinex or other exchange as the stable coin. Here you're actually creating DAI, you're borrowing a loan. So you can just pull the Ethereum into the CDP, the collateralized debt position, and issue DAI against it, and use this part of DAI to buy more Ethereum and to do this until you reach a margin. Now it's about 2 to 3 margin ratio. And the one thing about this decentralized margin trading that is it has a much lower cost than the traditional margin trading platform. So now the annual interest rate is 0.5%. So it's really low, comparing with 7% and 9% in the traditional margin trading platform. So as you may have noticed, there are more value in the collateral than the outstanding DAI, because the system have to make sure that the DAI is always overbacked, it's over-collateralized. So it's fine if the value of the collateral goes up, because now the DAI will be more backed. So there'll be no problem. But if the price of Ethereum dropped, if the price of collateral dropped, that could potentially cause some issue. So the system have to deal with it. So if the price of Ethereum dropped below the liquidation ratio, currently is 150%. So this collateral will be sold at discount for the DAI. So someone else can pay this amount of DAI, let's see 185, this amount of DAI, and buy cheap Ethereum from your position. So they can only use this amount of DAI, but get something around this value of Ethereum. And the rest will go back to the original owner. And also there's a penalty fee in the system. So recently there was, because last month the crypto